Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Scotty Sunday. Today we're just going to go over the news. I got quite a few news articles to go over. And first we're going to go over the weather, and then, well, actually first we're going to go over this. I got a coffee right here. I've been having them make me drip coffee and pour over coffee lately. I don't know why. Just don't feel like drinking espresso anymore. So I've got some Indonesian coffee right here. It's light, but it's pretty good. It's from Indonesia, Sumatra, Aceh Geo, Bintang, Darama, Sumatra Queen, GR1 organic wet hulls. And it's light. The flavor is berry-like. 155 baht. Comes out of the AeroPress. So very nice. But right now, as I have been going over the last few days, the dollar is rather weak. And the baht is at 33.95. I like to see it. Man, you know, just a little while ago it was at 37. I was like, well, I like to see it over 36. Then it was like 35.9. I'm like, well, as long as it's over 35. And it's been hovering right around 34 for the last couple of days, but it's at 33.95 right now, which that sucks. I don't want to transfer any money unless it's over 34. Air quality index is 30. Temperature is 85, high of 92, low of 80. Feel like temperature is 87, and the temperature is 85. So what's that tell you? 72% humidity, and there is heavy rain forecast through all this week, especially today and Tuesday. So there you go. Now you're caught up on the weather. And my name's not Heather. This is not Weather with Heather or by Heather. So as I said, lots of news this week. Let's see here. I don't want to go over that first. That's a little bit too heavy. Let's see, what should we go over first? American expat faces legal trouble after Phuket road rage. Good morning, Andy. There was footage from the dashboard camera of another driver which reported the incident of an American getting out to confront a Thai driver while stopped at a traffic light. Living in Phuket is getting harder every day. Well, I would say that about Pattaya. It seems like Pattaya, there's a lot more going on there, we'll say, negative things going on, and there are a few that I'll get to in a little bit. Emotional displays on the road can escalate into complicated problems or legal cases, as the incident that occurred on a street in downtown Phuket province last Thursday illustrates. And what's funny is that most of the time most Thais are very cool people, very mellow. They don't get all upset real easily. You know, you're not going to get into a fight with a Thai unless you kind of are looking for it, or you do something, you know, you do something drastically wrong. You're not going to get into a fight. But on the road, that's a different story. Because as is the case in pretty much everywhere, but say America, road rage, it's like you have some meek, mild-mannered person, and all of a sudden, you know, you're driving along and they get completely nutso, and they go after somebody, and they'll beat them up, they'll pull a gun, they'll do all kinds of things. And that's what happened here. On August 30th, 2024, investigators from Wichit Police Station in Phuket Province filed charges against Mr. Sonny. No, not that Sonny. Not the Sonny, the German. No. This Sonny is a 44-year-old American expat, and they charged him with property damage and causing fear or alarm by threats. Now, apparently Mr. Sonny got a lawyer, went down to the police station. He had an altercation with a female driver, which was captured on video and shared on social media. I did not see it, and I didn't even look for it because, quite honestly, these things happen. But I would say keep your cool. Always keep your cool. Now, he's supposedly an American. I don't know why he didn't keep his cool. Ms. San, 26, the other party in the dispute with Mr. Sonny. What is it with these names, Mr. Sonny? Filed a complaint with Wichit Police Station on the aftermath of August 29th. She reported that while driving through a tunnel in Wichit sub-district, the other party's car attempted to overtake her, honking loudly and cut in front of her twice without using turn signals. That's not very nice. That's not very polite, but okay. At the time, she didn't think much of it, assuming the other driver was in a hurry, so she let them pass on the right. When she stopped at a traffic light near a famous department store, why can't they just name the department store? The foreign man stopped his car, got out, and hit the back of her car, leaving a dent. That's pretty stupid, but okay. I think it's uncalled for and stupid because you're mad. He tried to open her car door, which if he did open it up and he got a hold of her, who knows what he would have done. But it was locked, as it should have been. Unable to open it, he returned to his car, then came back to verbally abuse her. She recorded a video of the incident. Later, she posted on social media requesting dash cam footage from other drivers who passed by during the incident to use as evidence for her police report. That's pretty smart, and it's good that she got it. Subsequently, Police Colonel Chatri Chokel, superintendent of Wichit Police Station, ordered officers to check the car's license plate and summon the owner for questioning. Mr. Sonny and his lawyer then met with the deputy investigator, who found that Mr. Sonny had an international driver's license. He stated he was rushing to take his wife to the doctor. Okay, if it's not an emergency, that's your problem. Even if it is an emergency, I mean, okay, you can kind of understand, but like, if it's not an emergency, oh, I've got a doctor's appointment at 11, and I'm already 10 minutes late. That's your problem, buddy. When he encountered the other party's car braking suddenly, it caused his, nobody said anything about that, it caused his ill wife to jolt inside the car. This angered him greatly. Why? Why did it anger you greatly? You can be irritated, but you don't need to be angered greatly. So when they reached the incident location, he stopped the car and got out to question the other party. Oh yeah, he just was questioning her. That's why he tried to open her door up. After taking his wife to the doctor, he came to meet with the Wichit Police Station investigators and confessed to all charges. According to Section 392 of the Criminal Code, anyone who causes fear or alarm in others by threats is subject to a maximum penalty of 1 month imprisonment or a fine not exceeding 10,000 baht, or both. What's the appropriate charge in this case? Just charge him 10,000 baht? Who knows? Maybe he's got a lot of money and this is nothing to him. Put him in jail for a month. He may not want to do it again. I mean, he did attack her car and leave a dent. So I would think he would have to fix the damage that he did to the car. And here in Thailand, he would have to, give his best why and apologize to the woman and also give her money for herself, like 10,000 baht. That's what I would think would be an appropriate charge, but what do I know? you know. Hi, Dale. Hi, everybody. Got 19 people, 20 people, oh yes, and counting, and 3 comments, and one of them is mine. It's okay, don't be shy. You can comment, you can say things, even if it's stupid, I promise I won't be a jerk to you. I may say it's stupid, but that's about it. Me when we're streaming. Why does she do that? She knows I'm streaming. Give me one moment, please. I need to send her a message. This is my wife I'm talking about. She always says to me, are you streaming tomorrow? Yes. What time? The same time I always stream, 9 o'clock. So, we'll get to the next piece of news in just a moment. I want to just at least send her a message. What? Okay, so there's that. I sent her that message. Good for her. Now she has an idea of what's going on. Expert urges the government to raise tax for foreign condo buyers. So in addition to charging tax for people who are here for more than 6 months, now the Agency for Real Estate Affairs has given its statistics, and the government is recommended to collect taxes from foreign property buyers in 4 areas: the transfer, the property tax, inheritance, and capital gains, with higher rates than for Thai citizens, of course, ranging from 1 to 20%, or 10,000 to 200,000 baht per million baht. Okay, I guess. I don't understand why. I mean, you're just gonna piss people off when you start charging more taxes. That just irritates people. So you better be ready for the backlash. Now, foreigners tend to buy condo units, at an average price of 6.31 million baht, which is higher than the average price of 4.5 million baht paid for by Thais. In the 2 to 3 million baht price range, foreigners bought 985 units, followed by 752 in the 3 to 5 million baht range. The most popular price segment among foreigners are units costing over 5 million baht. I mean, the house we were looking at was 6.99. The one house that we really liked that we're not getting was 6.99. We can get something that we like for 6.59 to about 7 million. 4 types of property taxes on foreigners based on market transaction prices rather than government assessed values to, well, wait a minute, market transaction prices rather than government assessed values. Okay, I guess it depends on which is higher. To raise revenue, to boost the economy, and increase funds for national development. Listen, them wanting to boost the economy does not mean that all foreigners have to pay taxes on everything. To me, it's bullshit. I don't like it. I don't like it. Not one bit. So they can take their taxes and stick it up their ass. Really. I mean, they're already asking people to pay taxes for bringing money in if you live here over 6 months. Now, I'm going to set it up to where that doesn't happen. I'm not paying any taxes. There's no way. I'm not paying taxes here. If I have to pay taxes here, then I'm going to leave. You know, like if I have to, if they just go, oh, Scott, now you owe 40,000 baht, I'm going to be like, no, I don't. So I am going to and I suggest everybody else should do this, they set things up to where they are not bringing in as much money so that they have to pay taxes on that money. There are ways around it. And if you're smart, you will figure them out. Purchase tax or transfer tax, 10 to 20%, or 100,000 to 200,000 baht per million baht. So the tax for a 3 million baht condo would be 300,000 to 600,000 baht. Good morning, Dowlow. Property tax with a tax rate of 1% or 10,000 baht per million baht. Okay. Capital gains tax on resale with a tax rate of 10 to 20% or 100,000 to 200,000 per million. Inheritance tax proposed at a rate of 10% of the market value of the estate or 100,000 baht per million baht. And you see all this, I mean, this is a proposal. That's all it is right now. This is a model practice in many countries where foreigners are taxed at a higher rate than locals. Yeah, let me just say something. If we are taxed at a higher rate, then why are we not treated as equals? If somebody lives here, what are we getting for our tax money? We get to live here? Oh, goody. I mean, why the dual pricing for people who live here? Why is there dual pricing when we're paying a higher tax rate? Because basically, the way that I look at it is, the foreigners are getting bent over at every turn. And they want to bend over the Thais as little as possible because they know if there's an outcry from the Thais, that means there's going to be a lot of problems with their government, which there already are a lot of problems with their government. Now, with foreigners, I mean, foreigners can complain and complain, but very seldom do their complaints fall on ears that really care. In the case of Thailand, if such taxes on foreign buyers are introduced, initial estimates suggest that the tax revenue could amount to 10 to 20 billion baht annually. This revenue could be used to set up a fund to help low to middle income people gain access to home ownership, easing the burden on the national debt. I'm sorry, I don't agree with this. Importantly, this measure would boost the economy both directly and indirectly. The real estate sector has a 2.9-fold multiplier effect, i.e. for every million baht in property value, the economic impact extends to related businesses, including renovations, repairs, furniture purchases, household appliances, home decoration, and construction projects, generating an income turnover of 2.9 million baht in the Thai economy. I'm sorry, I just don't agree with this. You're already charging foreigners more money for taxes just for living here. And I understand, you want to charge people taxes, you want everybody to be taxed, I understand that. Now, I want to see how they implement it because they haven't said a thing about it. Now, what I know is, if I'm collecting Social Security, they're not taxing it. If you're collecting a pension, they should not be taxing it. So, sorry, you know, I'll make sure that whatever I transfer is equal to Social Security, and anything additional, I will use my card in the United States. I will keep the money there. I will use the ATM to withdraw money. I'll do whatever I have to do. But why should I pay taxes here? What are they giving me for my money? I mean, really, you look at it. I know some people benefit from paying taxes, but this is the problem. You look at Sweden and Norway and all these other countries, they're always happy. You know why they're happy and they're paying a lot of tax? Because they get something for their money. Now, what am I getting for my money? Please tell me that. I cannot even become a citizen in this country, even though I've been here for 30 years. I got 2 kids that are young adults. So what am I getting? I can't own property. Oh, I can lease it. Oh, wow, thank you. No, see, this is the thing. I got kids. So I will never own anything in my name. I already know that. That's fine. Now, my kids can own stuff, and that's fine. No matter what, somebody's going to own something, and I'll have a part in it. But I won't be paying taxes. Sorry. Sorry, Charlie. It won't be happening. Let's see here. What is this? Oh, this is a marketing. I didn't mean to click on this one. Okay, now here's something I'm sure you all want to hear about. The Pattaya boat crew member now faces serious charges for defecating in Pattaya Bay. Apparently he took a dump in the bay and got caught. He's facing serious charges after a video of him defecating into the sea went viral, sparking outrage and prompting swift action from authorities. A tourist speedboat crew member defecated into the sea off Koh Lan. The incident, captured on camera, has raised concerns about inappropriate behavior and its impact on the island's world-class, here you go, world-class friendly family tourism image. The incident has severely damaged Pattaya's tourism image. Such vulgar behavior should not be repeated, noting that the man's friend may not have thought about it or thought it through before posting such a video on Facebook for everyone to see. Well, that's kind of stupid if you ask me. Hey, let me take a picture of some guy taking a dump into the ocean. Oh my God. And you know, the thing is there is all kinds of stuff in the sea there, and that's why I don't go swimming there. So stupid. I mean, I understand, listen, people are out in the ocean and, you know, they take a piss, they do whatever. You don't know what they're doing. Kids go in, listen, kids go take a piss in the swimming pool. You don't know, they could be taking a little dump in there. You don't know. That little quarter-sized chocolate bar you see on the bottom of the pool might not be a chocolate bar. It's a lot worse in Australia. They have just introduced a land tax on second properties and a vacant land tax, 5% of the value of the property. That's ridiculous, man. They're trying to tax everything. And this is the thing. Just answer me one question. What does Scotty get for his tax dollars? Scotty doesn't get anything. Oh, I get to live here. Oh, goody. Wait a minute. I thought I paid for my visa and for everything else. And you know, I'm paying my kids' way and I'm doing all these things. I'm contributing to the economy. I'm doing all of these things. Is that not enough? If you're going to charge, here's the bare minimum that they should do. If foreigners who are expats here have to pay taxes, whether it be on the money they bring in or on condos they purchase, then they should not be paying full price at some of these places where they're charging foreigners 5 to 10 times the amount that they're charging Thai people. You can spin it however you want it. But I look at it like, so if they're charging me and I've got to pay a tax, okay, fine. But what are you giving me for that tax dollar? I can't vote. I cannot become a citizen here. So what are they giving me? Oh, well, you get to live here. Well, thank you, but, you know, for a start, how about roads? You get to drive on them. Who pays for that? Listen, I don't drive. And you know what? I think the Thai citizens pay for it. Don't they? I'm a retiree. No, I cannot become a citizen, young man. Believe me. I've been here for plenty of years. I've been here for 30 years, man. And listen, I could if I had a job and paid taxes into their system. That is the only way. If you are not working here, you will not become a citizen. Unless maybe you want to pay a couple million baht under the table. Then maybe you'll be able to do that. And what they might do is they might take $1 million and they might go, oh, give me another $1 million. Yeah, we can get you in. And that's what you're going to have to do. No taxation without representation. Yes. These new taxes take all incentives away from striving to get ahead in life. Well, what they do is they take, but they don't give anything. Really, what are they giving to me? Okay, so I get to drive on the road. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, I get to drive on the road. I get to use their public transportation, for which I pay for. For which the BTS, for example, does not give me a discount like it gives to Thais who are of retirement age. No, you don't have to pay a couple of million. You just have to have paid your tax. How am I supposed to pay taxes if I'm not working here? Oh, God. I've been here 30 years, man. You're full of it. Really. You think you know, but you don't know. So, I mean, I would love to. I would love to become a citizen. Just sign me up, man. Sign me up. No, I don't think you really know as much as you think you do. And I hope, you know, I maybe you've been here a long time, I don't know. But I've contacted numerous lawyers and I've talked to people about this. And unless I am paying tax into the system through a company I work for, they're not going to give me citizenship. And I have all the other requirements. The language, the 3 years, I mean, I've been here for 30 years and I've been getting visas one after another for many, many years. I have not let my visa lapse, but my extensions of stay lapse. So please. They want Airbnbs to go full-time into the rental market. In Oz, if you own Airbnbs, you have to pay an extra land tax. Wow. You know, exactly. You have to have worked and paid taxes for 3 years. That's the whole point, taxes. Okay, I understand that. I'm not working, I don't work. So what are you gonna tell me? Please, don't give me this bullshit, really. I mean, you know, I understand what you're saying and I agree to some extent, but they should have some kind of a way for people who are retired to be able to become citizens. I got a 23-year-old kid. I got a 21-year-old kid. I've been here 30 years. I've been married for 25 years, or 26, whatever. So I should be able to, you would think, I would be able to get things. Now, when I first was here, yes, I was working for companies, I was doing things, and maybe I should have done it then, but I didn't. I actually went from a marriage visa to a retirement visa right when I hit 50. The charge Airbnb customers 7.5% on tax on accommodation starts 1/1/25. Land taxes all properties owned other than. Wow. Well, we all know, listen, Australia's expensive. We know that. Now, you get a good standard of living for what you pay. I don't know that it's worth it. I don't know the intricacies of, you know, the Australian economy. But, you know, to say that like, oh, well, you can become, yes, I can if I want to start working for a company here and I work for 3 years. Yes, okay, I can become a citizen. Yes. Do I want to start working for a company here? No, I don't. So I won't become a citizen. Now, all I'm saying is maybe they should do something where they allow a certain amount of retirees to become citizens. Especially when they allow it from 50 years old. So you can become a retiree at 50. So what happens if I live to be 90? You know, what if I live to be 100, 110? Greetings, greetings. That's all I'm saying, okay? I mean, really. Agree or don't disagree, it doesn't really matter to me. I really don't care. Because I know how I feel about it, and I feel like I should be getting a little something. Okay, so anyway, let's just get back to this guy taking a dump in the ocean. Let's see here. The man's actions violate the Public Cleanliness and Orderliness Act of 1992, which prohibits defecation or urination in public areas, including the sea. Now, think about something. How many guys have you seen pulled over on the side of the road taking a leak? Okay. I mean, that's extreme. Some guy wants to take a leak on the side of the road. In most cases, I think it's fine. I don't think it's a problem. You gotta go, you gotta go. Now, taking a dump is a different story. As a result, the city will impose the maximum fine of 2,000 baht on the offender as punishment. Okay. The director of the Pattaya Regional Harbor Office said that the crew member also violates Section 119 of the Navigation in Thai Waters Act of 1913, which prohibits dumping any waste into public waters. Wow, they don't really go after people who dump waste into the public waters, do they? I mean, they should look at the canals around my house. Violators can face up to 6 months in jail or a fine of up to 10,000 baht or both, and must also cover the cleanup costs. Harbor authorities will conduct an investigation into the incident and prosecute all those involved to prevent such incidents in the future. Oh, God. The tourist police will, this just cracks me up. The tourist police will also work to restore tourists' confidence. So I'm supposed to feel more confident because they tell me, don't worry, nobody's going to take a dump in the bay again. We've already handled this case. When, you know, you don't know. There could be some sea gypsy out there and, you know, he's like on his boat. For whatever reason, he just takes a dump in the ocean. You don't know. It's dark. It's dark. He decides he's got to go, and he puts his ass over the side of the boat. Boom. The crew member in the video, referred to as Om by authorities, admitted to the incident during the meeting. He said that he is now under great stress. Yeah, okay. He explained that he works as a boat assistant by helping tourists board speedboats. He alleged that he experienced severe stomach pains while at sea and did not anticipate the incident would become such a major issue. I can understand that. He expressed deep regret for his actions, apologized, and vowed never to repeat such behavior. Okay, listen, I can understand. Maybe the guy had an upset stomach. He's got to take a dump. Don't they have, you know, like a bucket on board? I mean, you would think they would have something. They would have a head, which is what it's called, a head. Yeah, I mean, really, I mean, listen. You know, he deserves a slap on his wrist, slap on his ass or whatever. Let me read some of these here. I love how Noah says, you don't have to pay a couple of million, you just have to have paid your taxes. Okay, well, I'm going to pay my taxes. Listen. If I have to pay taxes here and it's not an exorbitant amount, then I will. So then when I'm paying taxes, does that mean that I get to become a citizen? No, I don't think it does. Okay, here. Hello. I give the guy a pass. Maybe the guy dropped this chocolate bar in the ocean. I worked for a Thai government university. I earned 21,000 baht plus 8,000. and owed no tax. Now retired, I bring in the same as Social Security, and I will have to pay tax on it. No, you don't. You don't have to pay tax on Social Security, pal. I hate to tell you that. You will not be taxed on Social Security. And this is the thing. People think they're going to have to pay on everything. You don't have to pay on everything. You don't have to pay on Social Security and on some pensions. I think it depends on what kind of pension it is. But you know, if you think about it, if you just bring over, let's say your Social Security is $1,500, and you bring over $1,500, say through Wise or a bank transfer or whatever, they may ask for you to pay tax on that, and then you show the paper from Social Security that says you earn this much every month, and then they're not supposed to charge you for it. So you won't be taxed on that $1,500 that you brought over here. Now, if you want, let's say you bring over another $500 a month, and it's 12 months, right? So that's $6,000. That's about 200,000 baht, right? Now, I believe you'll be taxed on that. It's like 5 or 10%. Which, I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be 5% of 200,000. I think they have a formula just like with the U.S. taxes where you're not taxed on everything. But that's where you start. Now, if you don't bring over money or you're pulling money out from the ATM, this is what I've come to understand. If you pull money out from the ATM, that money is not considered bringing money into the country. Granted, if the banks really wanted, they could go after you. They could say, yes, you're bringing in this much money, whatever. You're trying to evade the system. Maybe that's true. I don't know. And this is the thing. What has the government done to inform foreigners about what the tax system is going to look like? They haven't really done anything. So, you know, I mean, I believe eventually they will. Now, we may not all like it, I don't know. But that's why I'm like, I want to see exactly what they do. And as far as I'm concerned, from what the U.S. government says and the double taxation law says, and from what I understand about the Thai government and their taxation laws, I should not be taxed for Social Security. Period. We're paying for the Commonwealth Games in Scotland because we canceled the game here. For fuck's sake, over 400 million. He has suffered enough having to spend the rest of the day not having had access to a bum gun. Andy, I know it's really crazy stuff. We're not sure what to do in the future. Maybe sell up in Victoria and move interstate somewhere. I don't know what's the deal in Australia. I really don't. You know, I only know so much about so many places. I know a little bit about a lot of things. Yeah, oh, that's the answer. Moving on. There is a lot of contradictory information online. I have heard there is a double taxation agreement in regards to Social Security. Well, Jim, there most definitely is a double taxation agreement between the U.S. and Thailand. All you have to do is look online. You'll find it's everywhere. Now, what is included in that is somewhat debatable, but I do believe Social Security and some pensions will not be taxed. And quite honestly, I don't really care, because if it turns out to be that they're going to tax Social Security, then I won't bring money in here. You know, if I have to, I'll transfer it to somebody else, transfer it to one of my kids or to my wife or something like that. Well, I guess they would have to pay also. So can't do that, but I could take it out with my ATM. I can use my debit card or whatever. I could pay my American Express and use my American Express. I can always do that. I can always make sure that I get the full amount on my American Express, and I pay for everything with my American Express. I could do that. Andy, I'd rather just come to Thailand a couple months at a time. I'm inspired by you to do more traveling around the world. I am going to Vietnam, and I think the whole family's going. That should be interesting. Da Nang and maybe Hoi An, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where else we may go. I don't want to go to Hue because I've already been there. Alrighty. Let me go on here. Okay, so that's enough about the defecation. Cannabis pours into UK after curbs eased abroad. Gangs capitalize on relaxed laws in the US, Canada, and Thailand by hiring mules to bring in drugs in their suitcases, says the NCA. The decriminalization of cannabis overseas has contributed to an exponential rise in the number of passengers smuggling the drug through UK airports in suitcases, police believe. The National Crime Agency said that they believe the amount of marijuana smuggled into the UK has tripled in the past year. People are brazenly walking through airports with luggage full of cannabis following the relaxed drug laws in countries such as the US, Canada, and Thailand. Yeah, but if it's not in the U.S., I mean, if it's not in the U.K. and you're bringing it into the U.K., it's illegal. So then what do they think? I mean, they can't, they're not that stupid. They know they're bringing in illegal weed. In 2023, around 5 tons of cannabis had been seized at the airport and 136 people were arrested. This year, that figure is already 3 times higher, with officers seizing 15 tons of the drug. A total of 378 people have been arrested. More than half of those arrested in 2023 had flown from the UK from US airports. A further 24 came from Thailand and 24 from Canada. Around half of all arrests this year related to cannabis that originated in Thailand, the NCA said, while 75 arrests related to cannabis originating from Canada and 47 from the US. I don't really understand all this. I'd have to sit here and look at it for a second, but criminal gangs fuel this. Let's see here. Some couriers can earn up to 10,000 pounds a trip. The maximum sentence for cannabis importation into the UK is 14 years in prison. And what's funny is that they're showing this dog that's checking all the suitcases. Couriers typically are found to carry around 15 to 40 kilograms of cannabis, with much of it simply carried in suitcases. In one case, Fernando Mayans Fuster, a 51-year-old Spanish national, was caught at Manchester United with 8 suitcases containing 158 kilos of the drug after arriving on a flight from Los Angeles in May of this year. 158 kilos, man, that's a lot of weed. In another incident on August 9th, 11 British passengers were arrested at Birmingham Airport after a total of 510 kilos of cannabis were found inside 28 suitcases. All the passengers had traveled from Thailand. Wow. So they're bringing it in from US, Canada, and Thailand and bringing it into the UK illegally. I would say, doesn't the UK have more, don't they have crimes that really need to be addressed? It's more serious than somebody smoking weed. I mean, have we not got to that point yet? To where smoking weed is really not that big of a deal. I mean, smoke it in your house. That's the law. Okay, you can smoke it on your backyard or whatever it is, on your back patio. That's fine. But I don't understand why they're making such a big deal about throwing so many people in jail. It's because they want the money. It's all about the money, man. It's all about the money. Now, on the subject of drugs, a legal opioid potion is proving a hit with backpackers in Thailand. So I gave it a go. Some chick, Sarah Nui, global health security correspondent in Bangkok. Honey, if you want to know about this, come to me. All right, I can tell you more about this than anybody's going to tell you. Kratom has gained a cult following among TikTokers and older, wealthier customers alike, but little is known about its long-term effects. All right, we'll get to this in a second. To me, it's kind of stupid. Hey, thank you very much. What is this? I was going to sit in your Pacamar seat yesterday and send you a photo, but it was occupied. That's the brakes. Next big trip, Turkey during the Anzac Day. I was in Kanchanaburi during Anzac Day. I don't know how many years ago, 2-3 years ago, something like that. 8 suitcases, yes. Be right back. I like your shirt, Scott. Thank you. I don't usually wear this, you know. Listen, these people crying about Kratom. I did see for the first time, I have seen that they are selling capsules with ground up Kratom inside of them here in Bangkok. It's on Sukhumvit. I don't know if I think it was 60/1 or I don't really remember the address, but it was on Sukhumvit. And you know, so that's something that I have never seen before. I've never seen, and that is for the tourist market. That's what that's for. Thais are not going and buying capsules full of Kratom. They're not. They're going into the market and buying leaves. I see them all the time. You know, because, I mean, there's ones right down the street from my house. And as I've said, down in the market there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 or 5 places that sell in the market. I went to Klong Tui a couple months ago, and they were selling, there was like 3 places that I just bumped into walking along that was selling Kratom as well. There is meant to be a Kratom bar in Bangkok selling Kratom drinks for tourists. I wouldn't go there. I would not go there. I'm too scared to try it. Okay. You don't need to be scared, but you do need to find out what's in it, and you do need to just use a minimum of it. You don't want to be drinking, you know, a couple gallons of it during the day. You know, you don't want to be doing that. Now let me get to this article. Well, this is trippy, says Jake Coiner, as the makeshift polystyrene raft were sitting on floats along shallow waterways. He can't help but laugh. Just beyond the walls of a nearby surreal UFO Buddhist temple, a legal non-prescription opioid is flourishing. At Sherb's Farm, a small holding on the outskirts of Bangkok, close to 1,500 top-quality Kratom trees are growing between the irrigation channels. Native to Southeast Asia, the plant's psychoactive leaves are touted as an energy-enhancing stimulant, a pain-relieving substance, or a euphoric mood booster, depending on how you can consume it. All right, let me look something up real quick. let's see here. Yeah, I'm trying to find this Sherb's Farm. Let me see here. Kratom Farm. It's so funny that they're making a big deal. These people are making a big deal. Some YouTubers, TikTokers, they're making a big deal about Kratom and about going to a Kratom farm. What's funny is that on my land, our land, we have Kratom trees. Now we only had 2, but that was enough for the people that wanted it there. There was a couple, you know, I think my sister, my wife's sister's husband, he grabbed a couple leaves. You know, he would get leaves and put it in a satchel, and he'd go around with the satchel all the time. He'd have it in his truck. He could just reach in and put some in his mouth and chew on the leaves, and you know, you get a little buzz, you feel pretty good, and that was it. And I said, oh, we got a couple trees out, but there were others that were being grown. So I don't know how many they have right now. I haven't gone there in a while, and we may go down there soon. I don't know. So it's not, I mean, listen, 1,500 plants is a lot. That's a lot of plants. But, I mean, whether it's 1,500 or 50, doesn't really matter. We booked a couple of nights in Chinatown next week. Okay. I like Chinatown. I don't know if I would stay there, but I understand it. It comes from the same family as the coffee plant, which I have stated. And like coffee, there are different varieties. Horseshoe crab, the golden coin, the finial, Coiner says, examining the trees that supply his own business. OG Kratom. Listen, these are names they made up. This is what they make it up so they can market Kratom. That's what they do. It doesn't matter, it's legal. So you can have as many plants as you want. If we wanted, we could grow the stuff. But you don't make much money. You know, they may make money selling to foreigners, but I can tell you, you can get it for, you get 100 grams of it, which is a bag that most people, it will go bad before most people can use 100 grams of it up. They'd have to use it every day for like the 3 days. And they'd have to, you know, make a batch of tea from it. It's 20 baht to 35 baht for 100 grams. Now, even if you got 200 grams, you know, that's only like 50 baht, 75 baht, 70 baht. That's $2. That's not much money. And all this horseshoe, no, there's red, green, and white. That's what there is. And I don't remember the specifics of each one. Honestly, because I haven't made the tea myself in a long time. I did make it myself before. And, you know, the way that I made it and the way that it came out is different than other people make it and it comes out. Let's see, I think more people are starting to explore its benefits in Thailand. Is almost having a renaissance movement now. It's been a really interesting few years. He runs a specialist Kratom cafe in Bangkok that sells Kratom sodas, tea bags, and capsules. His clientele are wealthier international consumers. Yeah, I'm trying to look at this photo. It doesn't have any prices on his in his picture. Let me see here. Okay, it's in Hui Kwan. Okay, he's got all kinds of drinks and all this other kind of stuff. Oh, wait a minute. It says Ratata Pisek. So that's right. That's not very far from here. So it should be open there now. Centerpiece will be OG Kratom's signature sodas on tap and in bottles, as well as Kratom edibles in the form of cookies, candies, and gummies. What do you need all this stuff for? I mean, really, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, what do you need it for? Okay, you want to take it so that you don't feel pain. You are addicted to heroin. You don't want to be addicted anymore, so you're going to take it. Okay, I understand that. But you can get drinks. You can get tea. Just pure Kratom. You can eat the leaves, which in America they're quite a bit more expensive. But here in Thailand, they're dirt cheap. I mean, really, they're dirt cheap. It can be very bitter, but if somebody knows how to make the concoction, they can make it to where it tastes better. They put Coca-Cola in it. Some people put a little honey in it. They put all kinds of stuff. Some people add in cough syrup, and that's where it gets illegal. I'm excited to open the world's first real Kratom shop. I should go there. Really, I need to go there. The shops that have been selling Kratom are cannabis dispensaries, head shop, vape shops, but there's never been a shop dedicated only to Kratom. Okay, so I do believe I have the website. Okay. The consumer beverage comes infused with Kratom, an addictive stimulant. It's not that addictive, I can tell you that. That can cause feelings of euphoria, and in 4 flavors: cherry, cola, fresh, and original. He's opening his own shop to sell products in addition to the bars, cafes, dispensaries where they are normally found around Bangkok. There is no bar that I've ever seen that specializes just in Kratom, and maybe this was the one that I saw. I don't know. And actually, I'd like to go talk to this guy. Because, you know, I don't know that much about Kratom, but I know a little bit about it. I know enough to get myself in trouble. Yeah, let me see his website here. Okay, let's see here. About us. He doesn't, I don't think. Oh, here we go. He has got bottles, 180 baht. So, he's got powder. He's got capsules, energy boost, extra shot. He's got everything but what they sell in Thailand. I mean, he does have tea, but it's, I believe it's tea. Let me see here. That's all soda. He puts sweetener in it so that it tastes better, which I understand because it does taste like shit if it's just Kratom. Yeah, so I'm looking at this and I don't see anything other than this soda, the powder, the capsules. Yeah, that's all I see. So I don't know how strong it is. You know, if you drink 1 bottle. But here's the thing. You drink 1 bottle and you catch a buzz. Okay? It's 180 baht. You can go down to a market and pay 35 baht and get enough that'll get you high for a couple of days, if that's what you want. Or you can buy a big bottle of stuff, and it costs you 80 baht. Or maybe even 50 baht, depends. So, you know, I think this, like they say, it's for international clientele who, oh, I want to get some Kratom, oh, and maybe like Dowlow, they're a little bit frightened to do it on their own. So they have Kratom soda on draft. It's 100 baht. I mean, they have capsules full of it. They have powder. And I've never done any of this in my life. I've never done capsules. I've never done powder. All I did was grab a couple of leaves and chew it a couple of times. I've done it a couple of times. and I've drank the tea numerous times, you know, and that's it. Interesting, and maybe I will go there and check it out, and who knows when I'll go, but I may go pretty soon. Let's see here. All right, so I'll be back. Okay, I thought it was very bitter. Jim, I'm going to Scott's area before we go back to Oz. Great to catch up with you as well. Is it better drinking it Kratom chilled or ambient? Asking for a friend. Chilled. Definitely chilled. My opinion. For your friend. All right, listen. Do me a favor, please, all 33 of you, consider smashing the like button, clicking the like button. I would appreciate that. 36 of you, hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Hit the notification bell and look down below in the description. There's a host of ways that you can help spread the love, show the love for my podcast / show, for the videos that are coming out shortly. There's all kinds of ways you can help. You can get something from Amazon. You can just use Wise, sign up for Wise to make a transfer. I don't make money off of the Wise unless a certain amount of people sign up, and it's not all that much. But it is a good way to make transfers. Wise. What is that one? I cannot remember the one. I used to have it, and I stopped because they stopped allowing transfers for Americans. Now they allow it again. But anyway, D-Money, Remitly, and let me see here, and Wise. So, there you go. And down below, there are some products tagged below the video window. Very good, Daldo. Very good. Very good. All right. So, I like that. So, moving on from Kratom. I mean, listen, anybody wants to know anything about Kratom, I know a fair bit. Addicting. That's really, you know, I've heard a lot of people, oh man, you know, my friend did it and he couldn't get off it. He was like, you know, he got into it so much and he got addicted to it and he couldn't stop. Well, if you're chewing that many freaking leaves every day, you're going to get addicted to anything. You don't need a whole lot of the leaves. You eat 2 or 3 leaves, you chew them, and you're gonna have a buzz for an hour or so. Now, some of the Thais, they walk around with a satchel full of those leaves, and they're eating them like every 2 or 3 days. The satchel is emptied, then they get some more leaves. All right, you drink a bottle of the stuff in a day, and then you don't drink it for a while. You don't have to drink it every single day. I mean, you know, I don't understand. If you're gonna do it all the time, you will probably get addicted to it, at least emotionally, mentally. I'm not a doctor, but you know, if you just do it once in a while, it's not like you're gonna be going, oh man, I gotta get my Kratom. Oh, I gotta have it. Now, there are people who are very addictive personalities in the United States, and I've heard some of them go, oh, you know, I was on heroin and I got onto Kratom, and then I was doing it all the time. I was doing the powder, and I was, you know, making tea out of it, and you know, that kind of thing. And then it was like, you know, it was like then they get addicted to it after a while. Okay, you got to use your head about it. If you get a bottle of the stuff, you don't drink a bottle in an hour and then go back and get another big bottle, and then, you know, later on in the night go get another bottle. That's 3 bottles. I mean, 1 bottle's enough. could drink that every 2 days if you want, 3 days. Well, they might be chewing on betel nut. Looks like a light is flickering. There is a light flickering behind me. Wouldn't it have been better to take an opium trip up to the Golden Triangle just to relax? No. And I'll tell you why. First of all, Kratom is not illegal. Opium is very illegal. Now, I have been in the Golden Triangle several times, and I've been to my friend's place in Myanmar, and he had opium. But what I will say is when you go, let's stop now. When you go up to the north, and you're in the Golden Triangle, usually what people do is they take a tour. And they go up and they go into the mountains. Now I think it's back on again. They go up into the mountains and they spend the night in a little village or something like that. And people walk around with opium and they want to give them the opium. However, that is generally what is known as poor grade opium. I mean, I've done it before. I've gone there before. And you know, I've gone there and not done it. But when I first came here, I went and I smoked some, and it was shit. I had better stuff in the United States. But if you're careful, you know, I mean, and when I say careful, I mean careful, because all it takes is some guy to, you know, just go, hey, I'm the police. And he's not the police, but he's like, you come with me. And you're like, no, I don't want to go with you. Yeah, you come with me, and he's got a gun or something like that. He takes you over to somebody who is a cop, and you're busted. And that happened in Laos quite often. I wanted to go to Laos as a journalist into the opium dens so that I could record what was going on, and I didn't want to take pictures of any faces or anything like that. I just wanted like hands, arms, and you know, the opium. And I started seeing, you know, what would happen is people would go in and they'd find an opium. This is like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. They would go there and they would get set up. And so I was like, you know what? I don't care if I'm doing it as a journalist or not. They don't care. If you go in and you get both busted in an opium den, you're busted, right? Now, up in the mountains, you know, you don't know who's around. You don't know how many people are in the area. You don't know, like, you know, you're in some village, little village, and there's only 2 houses there, and you're like, oh yeah, it's safe here. And then somebody comes out, you know, with 3 guys, and they start walking over to you, and they're cops. So I always, you know, listen, I know that it can be done. You can find stuff. But I personally, I don't want to get busted for something and get taken away and locked up in some Burmese jail or Thai jail. I don't want that to happen, so that's why I don't do it. Now, with Kratom, you don't have to worry about it. So, there you go. Father's Day. Okay, Andy. Have a good one. Listen, Swenson's has got their act together, believe me. Swenson's is always quite busy. Not early in the morning, obviously, but by 1 o'clock, man, this place will be jam-packed. All right, so that's it for the Kratom. We already went over that. Let me see here. We already did the road rage thing. No problem. What is this? No, we're not going to go over that. No, we already did that. Chinese driver's license. What is this? Chinese driver's license claim sparks uproar in Chiang Mai. They've got this all, the picture, they've got everything blocked out, but it says the Chiang Mai Provincial Transport Office has clarified the case of a Chinese woman who posted a review claiming she could buy a Thai driver's license, which became a widely criticized issue among internet users. I mean, first of all, you can. You can buy a license if you want to. You're going to pay $5,000 or $6,000 for it. That's what I've heard. Now, I wouldn't do it because I'd rather do it the legal way. On August 31st, Mr. Manap Putawong, the Chiang Mai Provincial Transportation Officer, stated that this case involved a Thai netizen sharing a post by a Chinese woman. The post indicated that this woman living in Chiang Mai obtained a Thai driver's license. In the comments, she claimed she had never learned to drive great and simply paid an agent to help her get the Thai license. That's the way it works in Thailand, which is why you have so many fabulous Chinese drivers here and Thai drivers. The person who shared the post added at the end, "Is this illegal? If so, someone should warn her, and I hope everyone won't criticize all Chinese people or think all Chinese people are bad. Our Chinese friends also hate people like this." Sure they do. Mr. Manap further explained that the officials investigated and found that the person in question did come to apply for a driver's license on August 21st. She came alone and the transport officials followed the standard procedures. Oh, I believe all this. Since she had a Chinese driver's license, she was able to use it to obtain a Thai driver's license through a conversion process. Now, I do believe that. The officials followed all the Department of Land Transportation's procedures, thus issuing a temporary driver's license. We're not sure why she posted such a message or what her intentions were, given that it was a straightforward conversion of a Chinese license to a Thai one. He affirmed that the Chiang Mai Provincial Transport Office followed proper procedures and did not solicit any benefits from the person who made the post. However, the post has caused damage to the reputation of the Chiang Mai Provincial Transport Office. I hate it when they cause all this damage to Pattaya and Chiang Mai and all this stuff. No, nothing's ever been done that's negative in the past. I just don't understand why they are so worried about the image and reputation of wherever it may be. The office has already sent a letter of explanation to the Director General of the Department of Land Transport in Bangkok. All right, enough about that. And for those of you who are in the UK, wanted to get some tickets to the Oasis concert, Oasis fans are branding the ticket system unfair after websites were plagued with issues. Now, I gotta tell you, I saw Oasis back in the day with my wife. 2001, we went to the Oasis concert. I don't remember how much we paid for the tickets, but I can tell you, it was not full. It wasn't sold out. And we were probably 10 rows back, right in the middle. Fantastic. However, what I think about Oasis, I mean, I wanted to go to a concert. That was the only reason. My wife was like, "Oh, I like Oasis." Okay. You know, she likes Taylor Swift too. We go, and I thought, you know, listen, Oasis has some good songs. However, I personally think a lot of their songs sound alike. And I liked them. They put on a pretty good concert. We were happy. I went home and that's it. Now, they are selling tickets for an exorbitant sum. Let's see here. It says that many people are getting turned away because they think that the system thinks that they're bots that are trying to buy them. Let's see. One lady reported she got 2 tickets for £300, 150 pounds each. However, several others had many problems. They were trying to buy tickets and they waited for hours and hours, and they just kept getting error messages and all kinds of things. But outside of official websites, tickets listed on resale sites exceeded £6,000. despite warnings that touted tickets would be canceled and that resale items could only be purchased through official pages at face value. On StubHub, an American ticket exchange and resale company, the Telegraph found tickets for Wembley Stadium concerts on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday listed at £6,347 on the lower level, with club tickets going for £6,699. That's like 10 grand. Fans were further outraged by Ticketmaster introducing an in-demand standing ticket costing £355.20. So the price went from £150, which is an exorbitant price in itself. £150 is a lot of money for a ticket to go see Coldplay, who honestly, they might have 10 good songs. To me, they're not that great. They're not. They're a good band, but they're, oh, we're better than the Beatles. No, you're not. You're nowhere near what the Beatles are. You're 10 rows back from the Beatles. The Beatles are smokier. So these in-demand tickets went up from £150 to £355. They were originally €86.5 plus booking fees, but when many people eventually got through the online queue this morning, they were faced with the exact same ticket price at €415.50. Unbelievable. Now, what is this here, Jim? I tried to get Coldplay tickets in Bangkok, but their ticket service was a disaster. I gave up. Only time I've had to take a breathalyzer was here in Thailand. So I don't know, what does that matter? Coldplay is much better than Oasis. I think they're both decent bands. That's it. I don't particularly like Coldplay. My wife likes Coldplay a lot. They're like one of her favorite bands. But I don't think anymore. She goes through phases just like most people do. I'll tell you something. The Scorpions used to be my favorite band. Then the Killers were my favorite band. I don't really have a favorite band anymore. And I don't necessarily think Coldplay is better than Oasis or vice versa. Now let me see something here. I don't know about that. I have no idea there. But the bottom line is, you want to go see a concert, and the price of the tickets doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. I know somebody, my sister, who went to Taylor Swift with her daughter, my niece, and I think it was $750 a ticket. That's $1,500 to go see some chick sing her sappy little love songs. And I'm sorry, listen, I like a couple of her songs. They're kind of like, toe tappers, all right. But I'm not like a big favorite of hers, I'd rather listen to Black Sabbath than listen to Taylor Swift. I'd rather listen to Ozzy or, some of these, even the Killers. I'd rather listen to any of them instead of Taylor Swift or Katy Perry or Blackpink or whatever it is. You go, Jim. I'm pretty much done with going to concerts and being around masses of people. I just don't need to do it. I've done everything I want to do pretty much when it comes to the masses of people. It's enough for me to go through an airport. That's a pain in the ass. And for me and my wife and kids to go to Da Nang to go see our friend, yeah, okay, it's nice. but it's going to be a pain in the ass somewhat. It'll be a little bit of a pain in the ass. What about Cher? Cher has a couple good songs. I like her when she was hot, when she was young. And not because, you know, she could sing or anything like that. I just liked her because back in the day, she was a royal piece of ass. You know, back in the 70s or whatever, you know. 60s and 70s, late 60s, 70s. Now she's an old lady. I mean, come on. She's an old woman. She's an old woman, for God's sakes. All right, so it says here that promoters and artists set ticket prices. Prices can be either fixed or market-based. Market-based tickets are labeled as platinum or in demand. The website added, in-demand tickets give fans fair and safe access to sought-after tickets at market-driven prices. These are not resale tickets. In-demand tickets are tickets offering sought-after views and seats from Ticketmaster. These prices are adjusted accordingly to supply and demand. Typically, there are no additional elements to a Ticketmaster in-demand purchase. An in-demand ticket isn't a VIP ticket and doesn't include VIP included. Listen, this is bullshit. I'm sorry. It's all bullshit. Here's the thing. Set your ticket prices. Set your ticket prices. $50 for nosebleed. $100 for, you know, down a ways. The floor, $150. The first 2 rows, $300. Okay, set your prices, and that's it. You don't have this in demand, VIP, this and that. Bullshit. These artists do not need to make millions of dollars. They don't need it. I understand they want to make money, and it's getting harder to make money from records and you know, things like this. But you know, that's the way it goes. They don't need to. You don't need to pay $750 to go see Taylor Swift. To me, that's just a waste of money. I'd rather pay $50 to watch some special of her on TV and take the other $700 and, you know, do whatever I want to do with it. Unbelievable. I don't get it. Anyway, I could go on and on about this because the demand for accessibility tickets to Oasis Live 25 has been unprecedented. Unfortunately, this has resulted in waiting times being longer than normal. For those customers unable to wait on the phone, we have a callback system in place which allows users to leave their details and await a response from our customer service team. Yeah, and they probably never get called back. All these places that say they'll call you back, they almost never call you back. Every once in a while, I get True to call me back. They'll call me back sometimes. AIS might do it, but other than that, forget about it, you know. Let's see here. The band announced all tickets were sold out at 7 p.m. adding, please be aware of counterfeit and void tickets appearing on the secondary market. So now you got to worry about counterfeit tickets. Isabel Doyle from Huddersfield, West Yorkshire, was among the few thousands who received a pre-sale code and secured 2 tickets on Friday for £150 each. Oh wow, I'm so happy. They got £150 each. Wow. I sat in my living room, booted up Ticketmaster, and I was about 5,000 in the queue. I was in the queue for about 40 minutes and managed to get 2 seated tickets for Wembley, the barista told the PA news agency. I'm over the moon. I've been a fan of Oasis for about 10 years now, literally since I was 11 years old. Finally, to be able to see them after they got me through as a teenager, it's absolutely amazing, and I'm so excited. Okay, how many of you are excited for her? I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't have gone and seen Madonna back in the day. I wouldn't have gone and seen her. That's a lot of weed and bar time in Nana for $750. There you go. You get a lot of. You can get a lot of. Yeah, you can pay a lot of bar fines with that. When I buy tickets here, there are limited amount that I can purchase. The tickets are linked to my phone. Upon arrival at the venue, I must show my photo ID, my phone verification. I get entry. I understand that, Jim. I am not a fan of Thai. I mean, I like some Thai rock and roll, but quite honestly, I've gone and seen some groups like Big Ass and Palmy and Carabao and a lot of other groups. Mostly about 20, 25 years ago. And, you know, I just am not into going around a lot of people. I'm just not into it. I don't want to be around a lot of people. I mean, being in the mall is a lot of people for me. There's too many people here. Seriously. Oasis are a couple of angry brothers with terrible attitudes, in my opinion. Yes, I believe that as well. I mean, you know, listen, they're making millions and they can't get along. Well, I mean, you know, it's fine. I understand you like to go to the concerts and all that and how it's done. I mean, I know there's a lot of people. I think there's a music festival right now in Pattaya. But I don't know. You know, and that's the thing for me. Music was something that, I mean, I still love music. I love to listen to music. I you know, I'm constantly got my headphones on. I'm listening to music, but I almost never listen to Thai music. It's not like I get excited about Thai music. Yeah, I understand that. Although once I get down to the south, if I'm at the place on our land, you know, after a couple of days, I'm like, I'm bored, man, you know? So, I mean, listen, coffee shops give me a thing to do. Shooting a little video gets me through. You know, photos, well, they're starting to again. You know, there's stuff that I like to do. But for the most part, I just don't like going around a lot of people anymore. I don't want to. I don't want to go around a bunch of people that are, oh, let's listen to this song or that's. I'm an old man now. You can say whatever you want. I know, you know, I know I'm not that old, but I'm old enough where I just don't feel like going around that stuff. To me, it's, I got other things I want to do. All right, let's get back to the news here. We've been talking about this for a long time. We don't need to talk about that. Thailand's tourism on track to reach 35.6 million foreign visitors. 1.8 trillion baht, $53 billion. The floods in northern Thailand have so far only had a minimum impact on tourism. Doesn't say anything about the south. Tourists from China and ASEAN countries have postponed their travel plans, although this is not directly due to the floods. In the meantime, European tourists are aware of the flooding in the north and landslides on Phuket, but there are no travel bans or recommendations. Okay. Okay, so about 36 million, which I think is the second highest number. The second highest number, I think, ever. So who knows what next year will be like. It should be better. Let me see here. Domestic tourists. The overall situation for the last 4 months of the, man, this place is busy. Look at this. Long line. Place is filling up quick. Let's see here. As far as domestic tourists, the overall situation for the last 4 months shows growth with 72.47 million visitors, an increase of 6%, reaching 92% of the target set. Total revenue amounted to 335.24 billion baht, an increase of 8% compared to the same period last year. So now my question is, aren't they earning enough money from this, or do they need to tax people so much, tax foreigners, so that they can raise the money they need for wherever it's going? I can't believe how many people are here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of people here, plus people waiting, plus people sitting here having coffee. Thai showed the floods in Chiang Rai. Okay, so that's nice. He's waiting for me when I'm done. I believe, I'm not sure. I believe that we may go see him after the stream. Okay, so let me go on here. Oh. Click the wrong button. Which city has the most ladyboys, Bangkok or Pattaya? How do I know? Do your research, MGTOW. You like ladyboys? Do your own research. I'm not doing it for you. Sorry. I would say they both have a fair number. It's great. You now get 60 days on entry. Don't have to worry about getting an extension anymore. Okay. It's good for you tourists, Dowlow. Must be good coffee. The mall was extremely busy and crowded yesterday. Was I here yesterday? I did come here yesterday to get some groceries. And it's the end of the month. Everyone got paid. Yeah, I forgot about that. But usually they don't get paid. Well, they would get paid either tomorrow or Friday. So yeah, everybody's got money. They get to come and have a coffee here. Lots of people here. Yes, I will let him know you say hello. Let me continue here. Oh, another person has joined the Pattaya High Flyers Club. A South Korean man fell to his death. Is this the one I talked about yesterday? I don't know. 60, yeah, it was a 62-year-old farmer. Okay, we already talked about this guy. Numerous people have been falling from hotels and condos. That's all I'm going to say. If you are someone who likes to indulge in the alcohol and you're in Pattaya and you have a hotel room that's high up, 35th floor or something like that, don't play around on the balcony, you idiot. You don't need to do that. Jesus Christ, man, this place is, I mean, it's busy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people waiting in line. Six groups of people waiting in line. A cobra slipped into a trainer's pants during a school lesson. Holy sheep shit. A wildlife volunteer had a close call with a snake while teaching children about reptiles at a school in the Bangkan province, which I have been to Bangkan, which is fantastic. That's where I went on the, went to the temple up above, high up, 7 floors. It was about, what was it, about 1,000 feet up, something like that. And Bangkan was a very nice area, I liked it. So, a staff member accidentally released a spitting cobra during a recent snake awareness session. The cobra quickly slithered up the trainer's ankle and worked its way on into his pants. The trainer remained calm, slowly removing his pants to avoid alarming the snake, resulting in a tense moment where any sudden movement could have led to a fatal bite. Non-Wave, the volunteer who eventually removed the cobra, called it an important learning lesson and acknowledged that a small mistake could have had dire consequences. Mr. Nerut stressed the importance of remaining still when encountering snakes, as movement can provoke them. When encountering a snake at close range, the first thing a person should do is remain still. Once the snake calms down, the person can slowly back away in a straight line, as moving side to side may increase its awareness. Snakes generally won't attack unless they feel threatened, and they are more likely to flee due to their natural fear of humans. Yeah, well, it's a good thing he didn't get bit by this cobra. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's still 6 people online. Unbelievable. Let's see here. Bangkok, a 20-baht fare extension for 2 lines. Red and purple line was supposed to end in November, but it's going to continue past the original deadline of November 30th. Yeah, I'm not going to read all these numbers and everything, but I just want to know, when are they going to get the Ramkamang line, which I don't even know what color it is, orange or something like that, I don't know. I don't remember off the top of my head. Now let's see here. Here comes another person. Hilariously caught on CCTV. Oh yes, hilariously. Should you carry a flute to charm cobras if you come across them? Seems to work for Indians. I think you need to study a little bit about snakes. There's only 2 people working here. What are you talking about? These guys know what they're doing, man. Believe me. Now, there's usually not 6 people waiting in line, but this guy's banging them out. There's 1 set, 2, 3, 4 now. These guys, like I said, these guys really know their stuff. They're very good. And I've never had any problems with the coffee here. So, take that for what it's worth. I was in international market around 3. What's the international market? Falling. Uh-oh, did his testicles get bit? No, that was the python. That's where I nearly shit myself during the video. Oh yeah. I was scared. I wouldn't be scared now if I went up there, but I was scared when I went up there. Alrighty. It's not international market, it's fresh market. I was wondering what international market is. I think it just missed me. I think I was there around 2. Oh my goodness. I believe that the pink line is open, but I'm not sure. I don't know about that. Impact spur line under construction. I can't see here. Let me see. I need to put my glasses on. No, I don't see. Oh, pink line. There it is. Yeah, it goes from Nonthaburi to Minburi. And you can also take the boat on. I always say this, but you can take the electric boat. Oh, shit. Yeah, Minburi has a boat that you can take. I'm guessing the international market sells Vegemite. I don't know that they do, honestly. I thought I saw it once, but I don't think I've seen it in a while. I don't know. They might have it. I haven't been looking for it, but I haven't seen it either in a while. And I go to the grocery every day or two. I'm constantly stocking up on things, you know. All right, listen. If you want to contribute by sending a super chat, do so now. I'm getting ready to say time to go. If you want to leave a comment or whatever, please do so. I'd appreciate it. Let's get to it right now. If you got something to say, say it. Or forever hold your peace. Yeah, that's about it. Super chat. There's super chat. There is the Cash App. There is, you can become a sponsor on YouTube, $1.99. You can buy me a coffee, get American in Bangkok merchandise right below the video window. Become a Patreon patron. You can visit my, yes, they have Nutella. You can visit my website at americaninbangkok.com. You can purchase from my shop on Amazon. The link is down below. You can use Wise. That doesn't cost you anything. Nor does it cost you to buy anything from Amazon. You can just go down to social media and check out what I have in social media. And I guess that's it. That's about it. Let's see here. A Bangkok taxi driver in the Ekamai area demanded 400 baht for a short 10-minute ride, sparking outrage after the incident was shared online. Well, why would somebody pay it? If you paid it, you're an idiot. If somebody paid 400 baht for a short 10-minute ride in Bangkok, they are idiots. And this is what I've said numerous times. And this is one of the 25 rules. You never take a taxi. I mean, if you want, you'll pay a little bit more, but get yourself an Uber. Get yourself a Bolt. Get yourself a whatever, you know. You don't need to pay whatever they tell you. You tell them to fuck off. That's what you tell them. You go, no, I'm not paying it. And you leave. You get out. if you're at a hotel, you're staying at a hotel, and you walk outside the hotel, and they go, hey, come on, you come with me, and they're parked, tell them to fuck off. You say no, thank you, and you walk. And then you go somewhere and you get yourself a taxi, you do whatever you got to do. We almost always use Grab or Bolt or InDriver. And if we do have to use a taxi, okay. And once in a great while, especially on Sukhumvit, they'll go, 300 baht. And I'll be like, no, turn on a meter. No, okay. And then I take a copy of his license, of his little license plate or plate with his name on it and the number and everything. And sometimes I report them for that because they're not supposed to do that. You know, they want to be pricks, then they're going to get treated like pricks. Most of the time, a Grab or Bolt or InDriver, they are very good. They don't give you any problems. And you don't have to pay an arm and a leg. Oh, you pay 400 baht and it only costs, 180 baht. And this guy's trying to get double what you're going to be charged by a regular taxi. You just don't do it. Learn how to say no. If you get just Grab, then you're going to get either a taxi or a car. But they're under the Grab taxi company, and thus they are supposed to act in accordance with their regulations, which means they're not going to say, give me 400 baht. Now, I remember coming back from Hong Kong, I get into the taxi at the airport. It was Suvarnabhumi Airport. I go up to the stall, I get my little ticket, I go up to the taxi, we start driving away, and as we get to where you turn to get onto the freeway, the guy goes, 400 baht. And I go, no, stop the taxi right now. I said, you turn the meter on. But I said, turn the meter on or stop right now. And if you don't stop, I'm going to tell the police you kidnapped me. And he stopped. And then he thought about it for a second, and he goes, okay, I turned the meter on. And that was it. So, generally, I don't get in. If you have to pay more, I don't get in. And it's not about the money. It has nothing to do with the money. It's because some jackass feels like you need to pay more. And it's like, listen, I got onto a motorbike a couple days ago, and the guy's like, tip for me? And I was like, fuck off. This is a motorcycle guy, and he's a new guy. He's some new guy who has never picked me up before. He didn't know that I knew the ropes or anything like that. And he's like, oh, you give me tip? I'm like, no, give me my change, asshole. I was like, why would you ask me for a tip but not a Thai person? This is the thing. If you're going to ask a Thai person for a tip, okay, I understand. But you won't. Because you know what the Thai person will tell you. Sometimes, some guys are idiots. And, some guys, they. There you go. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. And, when I need to go somewhere, like, listen, we're going to go maybe to go see Billy. I don't know. I'm not sure. But if we do go, I'm telling the kids, okay, come over to the mall. Then I'll be out in front of the mall, and we'll take a taxi. And they will turn the meter on. And it's as simple as that. They'll turn the meter on. And if they don't, I won't go with them. And I'll say, scan, check QR, can you use the QR code or can you scan it? And they'll be like, yeah, okay, no problem. Well, I'm going to say it again. The only reason you have to pay that 300 baht is if you, by chance, are too stupid and you don't tell them to turn the meter on, which is what you're supposed to do. Just tell them to turn the meter on. That's all. Anyway. You know, we could talk about this all we want. The airport taxi service is the worst we've experienced. Half the time they won't turn the meter on. Well, I don't know what airport you're going to. If you're at Don Muang, you just go, I think you go down below. And, you know, you just get a taxi. Maybe it's above. I don't remember because I haven't been there in a while. And you just catch a taxi that's dropping somebody off. And you go, hey, turn the meter on. Okay. Most of them, they have no problem. You know, most taxis are pretty good. But when you get some guy who goes, no meter, oh, no, they go, fuck off. You're a scumbag. Because they're trying to take advantage of you. You know, if they don't want to turn the meter on, then guess what? They don't have a customer. Simple as that. You got to be an asshole to them about it. You just go, no, I'm not paying, fuck off. That's the one time that sometimes I will get a little nasty with them. When they want to not turn the meter on, I get a little nasty then. I'm like, nah, listen, you know what the law is, turn the meter on. If they go, no, okay, bye, and you get out. Yeah, well then generally when you get into that taxi, you need to tell them, turn the meter on. If they don't want to turn the meter on, you have that ticket, you go, fuck off. I'm going to get another taxi, and then you report that taxi for not turning on the meter. That's what you're supposed to do. But see, they know that most foreigners don't know this. Most foreigners won't do this. And so they just figure, oh, well, I'll give it a try. And if I get, more money, then good for me. You know. Listen, I have no sympathy for these guys. Because I know guys who are making quite a bit of money because they're smart enough to know that, if they give people their business card, if they give a fair price, people will keep coming back. Listen, I got a girl, I've known her for years, and she was a Grab driver. And whenever I need to go somewhere, sometimes I call her up and go, hey, how much for this? Hey, can you do, it's 1,500, can you do 14? Because then I'll give you 14 plus a tip, or, yeah, okay, all right. And, it works good. Because she knows, please the customer, and the customers come back. You screw the customer up the yin yang, and then they don't want to come back. They can make more than that if they're they want to hustle. Listen, they are not poor. They are not poor. In fact, there's a motorcycle driver across the street from my house, a little bit across from my house. Not a motorcycle driver, a taxi driver. They bought the house. He's part of the family. He is the family. Him and his wife bought the house. Now, he's a taxi driver. She makes money from selling stuff. They're probably making 50,000, 60,000 baht a month. They might have been paying 15, 20 for the townhouse. But, they're not poor. Don't let them fool you, man. They ain't dirt poor. All right, listen, it's time to go. All right? No super chats. What's going on? Come on, guys. Jesus Christ. Anyway, thank you very much for joining in and carrying on in the conversation. I appreciate it. I will see you on Tuesday. I believe Tuesday. I'm not sure. Do I have something to do on Tuesday? I think I'll see you on Tuesday. But until then, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok Di Leo Jerkin Mai. That is good luck, and see you later. Smash that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you all later.